The conversation went nowhere the whole afternoon long. The bass walked in beside it like it knew all along. Two men at the middle table, one point, then the other. The piano played the comfortable thing about one thing and another. Nobody convinced of anything, nobody needed to be. The trumpet said the easy something about agreeing to see. No conclusion in the talking, no winner at the end, just the conversation going nowhere between two easy friends. The bass walks through the argument, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps the circular wherever words will go. A third man joins and adds a point that changes nothing still. The clarinet comes winding through the talking with an easy will. Cups refilled mid-sentence, nobody stops to note. The trumpet hums the afternoon thing about the things we quote. See the table holding nowhere, round and wide and clear. The bass walks on below the nowhere year, too comfortable year. No hurry in the going nowhere, no reason to arrive, just the conversation circling, keeping something alive. Clarinet wins through the circle, easy, round and bright. The piano hums the kind of nowhere that feels perfectly right. By evening both men stand and shake, neither changed his mind. The bass walks on below the shaking, through what talks we'll find. No story in the nowhere, no moment to explain, just the conversation going nowhere and the going there again. The trumpet says the last warm word about the words we spend. The piano holds a comfortable nowhere right up to the end. The bass takes its last easy step, the clarinet wins home. The conversation went nowhere, and neither went alone. The rain came in at 3:30, with everyone it caught. The piano said the comfortable thing about the wet they brought. A man shook off his jacket, found the nearest seat. The bass walked in below the shaking, through the rainy heat. Two women at the doorway, laughing at their hair. The trumpet said the easy something about the sudden there. No planning in the coming, no warning from the sky, just what the rain brought in, and the cafe standing by. The bass walks through the wet coats, Warm and round and near, the piano keeps the comfortable going for whoever's here. A man wrings out his newspaper, lays it on the chair. The clarinet comes winding through the dripping, through the steaming air. More people at the doorway, shaking, laughing still. The trumpet hums the welcome something with a patient will. See the cafe fill with rain people, cup by sudden cup. The bass walks on below the filling, never giving up. No asking how it started, no checking of the sky, just what the rain brought in and the cafe standing by. The clarinet wins through the wet and warm, easy, round and bright. The piano hums the kind of afternoon the rain makes right. By the time the rain has slowed outside, the cups are going round. The bass walks on below the slowing, through the warming sound. No story in the sheltering, no moment to explain, just the cafe full of people and the gratitude for rain. The trumpet lifts above the wet coat, the clarinet wins free. The piano holds the warm and gathered as it ought to be. The bass takes its last warm step, the rain keeps going still. What the rain brought in today, the cafe holds with will. The couple at the corner table have been there since the noon. The clarinet had watched them through the whole afternoon. Nobody heard what passed between them, only cups and hands. The bass walked in below the quiet, where the comfortable stands. She laughed at something small he said. He looked down at his cup. The piano came in warm between them, like it couldn't give it up. No story from the outside, no reading of the room, just the couple at the corner table in the afternoon bloom. The bass walks round their corner slowly, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the tender something of a comfortable year. He refills her cup without a word. She doesn't look up yet. The clarinet wins through the corner, soft as an easy bed. A third cup comes and neither speaks, the silence comfortable. The trumpet says the tender thing about the unremarkable phrase. See the afternoon arrange itself around their corner still. The bass walks on below the stillness, patient as it will. No asking what is passing, no reason to intrude. Just the couple at the corner table in their quiet mood. The clarinet wins through the tenderness the corner holds so well. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only corners tell. She turns a page of something, he watches out the glass. The trumpet hums the last warm something as the hours pass. By evening they are still there, 2 cups and nothing said. The bass walks on below the stain, through the golden thread. No story in the sitting near, no moment to explain. Just the couple at the corner table, warm and there again. The trumpet fades above their corner, the clarinet winds low. The piano holds the tender afternoon, the corner always knows. The bass takes its last warm step, the corner holds them still. The couple at the corner table always will. Evening finds everyone wherever they have been. The piano said it softly, like it always had foreseen. A man still at his table, his 3rd cup going cold. The bass walked in below, the evening warm and getting old. The lamp above the counter came on without a word. The trumpet said the evening thing the afternoon had heard. No asking of the hour, no clock above the door. Just the evening finding everyone the same as once before. The bass walks through the golden coming, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps its evening promise in the amber glow. linger nods and turns. The clarinet comes winding through the lamplight as the evening burns. Chairs pull closer to the tables, voices drop and warm. The trumpet hums the evening something far from any storm. See the cafe settle golden, lamp by lamp and low. The bass walks on below the settling through the amber glow. No winter in the finding, no summer left to name. Just the evening finding everyone the way it always came. The clarinet wins through the lamplight, golden, slow and near. The piano hums the kind of evening made for staying here. A newspaper gets folded, a coat gets slowly worn. The trumpet lifts one golden phrase into the evening born. No story in the finding, no reason to explain. Just the evening coming gently, finding everyone again. The bass walks through the amber, the clarinet sighs above. The piano holds the evening open, full of something close to love. The trumpet fades above the lamplight, the cups go cold and clear. Evening finds everyone who came to gather here.
Somebody put their hat on the wrong hook again. The trumpet noticed first, as it always had done then. A man hung up his coat, reached for what was his. The bass walked in below the reach and through the afternoon fizz. Two hats on the same hook, neither one complained. The piano came in easy after warm and unexplained. No argument about it, no note left on the wall. Just somebody's hat on the wrong hook and the afternoon and all. The bass walks on below the hooks, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the easy something of a comfortable year. A woman takes the wrong one first, tries it, puts it back. The clarinet comes winding through the error down the easy track. The right owner finds his eventually, sets it on his head. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the hooks instead. See the cafe carry on around a small mistake. The bass walks on below the carrying for nobody's sake. No story in the wrongness, no reason to correct. Just somebody's hat on the wrong hook and the afternoon effect. The clarinet winds past the coat rack, easy, warm and round. The piano hums the kind of era where the comfort can be found. By the time the place empties out, all hats find their way. The bass walks on below the finding through the end of day. No hurry in the sorting, no moment to explain. Just somebody's hat on the wrong hook until the right one came. The trumpet says the last warm word about the small and missed. The piano holds the afternoon of everything on the list. The bass takes its last warm step. The clarinet wins home. The hat on the wrong hook was never quite alone.
The street scene from inside looks different than it is. The piano said it to the clarinet, and the clarinet said his. A man beside the glass watches people pass, the bass walking below the watching through the morning brass. A woman with a heavy bag, a boy without a care. The trumpet said the easy thing about the outside air. No going out required, no reason for the door. Just the street scene from inside, like 1,000 times before. The bass walks on below the window, warm and round and near. The piano keeps the bright thing going through the morning clear. Two men stop and talk outside, their breath against the glass. The clarinet winds up above the watching, letting moments pass. A dog sits at the corner, waits for someone slow. The trumpet hums the outside, something through the inside glow. See the street go on without him, easy, wide and clear. The bass walks on below the outside, bringing it in here. No hurry in the watching, no need to step outside. Just the street scene from inside, warm and open wide. piano hums the kind of morning made for watching through. The clarinet says what the glass means between the out and you. A bicycle goes by so fast it barely leaves a trace. The bass walks on below the passing at a watching pace. The trumpet lifts above the rooftops that the window frames. The piano hums the last bright something about the outside games. No story in the seeing, no moment to explain, just the street scene from inside through the morning pane. The bass walks to the window, looks out once and turns. The clarinet wins one last circle through the inside warmth. The trumpet fades above the rooftops, the glass stays cool and clear. The street scene from inside is always closest here.
A coin left on the table by whoever left before. The bass walked in beside it through the afternoon door. A man sat down beside it, didn't move it from its place. The piano played the easy thing about the leaving trace. The coin caught a little light, turned it on the cloth. The trumpet said there's something about what staying costs. No owner in the leaving, no story on the face, just the coin left on the table, holding someone's place. The bass walks round the coin and back, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the afternoon that someone else left here. A waitress sees it, leaves it too, moves on to the next. The clarinet comes winding through the comfortable and vexed. Another man sits down nearby, glances at the coin. The trumpet hums the afternoon thing about the points that join. See the cafe carry on around the copper still. The bass walks on below the carrying as only bass will. No asking of the leaving, no reaching for the face, just the coin left on the table, keeping someone's place. The clarinet winds round the table, easy, warm and slow. The piano hums the kind of afternoon only coins would know. By evening it is gone somehow, nobody saw it go. The bass walks on below the going, warm and easy low. No story in the finding, no moment to explain, just the coin left on the table and the afternoon again. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things we leave. The piano holds the afternoon that nobody could retrieve. The bass takes its last warm step, the clarinet wins home. The coin left on the table was never quite alone. After the last customer leaves, the chairs go easy on the tables, the piano play the end of day. Through all its evening fables, a man who stayed until the last, his coat already on. The bass walked in below the staying as the afternoon was gone. The waiter wipes the counter down, the lamp turned lower still. The trumpet said the evening thing about the end of will. No hurry in the leaving, no rush inside the door. Just after the last customer and the evening and the floor, the bass walks through the emptying, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps a golden promise in the evening glow. A chair leg scrapes the cobblestone, somebody says goodnight. The clarinet comes winding through the closing, soft and golden light. The door is held a moment, then pulled gently to. The trumpet hums the last familiar of the evening through. See the café settle inward, cup by empty cup. The bass walks on below the settling, never giving up. No story in the closing, no moment left to stay. Just after the last customer at the end of day. The clarinet wins through the empty tables, one last easy round. The piano hums the kind of evening made of closing sound. The lamp above the counter dims to something small. The bass walks on below the dimming, down the closing hall. A key turns somewhere quietly, a bolt slides into place. The trumpet says a last warm something to the empty space. No hurry in the darkness, no morning yet in view. Just after the last customer and the evening coming through. The bass takes its last slow step, the clarinet winds down. The piano holds the last warm evening over the quiet town. The trumpet fades above the lamplight, the key sits in the lock. After the last customer leaves, the cafe rests its clock. remembers everything arrives before you ask. The trumpet said it had watched him at his easy daily task. A man sits at his usual place, the cup already there. The bass walked in below the knowing through the afternoon air. No menu passed across the table, no question from the floor. The piano played the comfortable thing about the knowing more. No asking in the sitting, no order left to place, just the waiter who remembers every cup and face. The bass walks through the memory of it, warm and round and long. The trumpet hums the easy something of a well-remembered song. A woman comes in at the door, he nods before she speaks. The clarinet comes winding through the knowledge of the weeks. Two cups arrive without a word, set in the right place. The piano keeps the warm thing going at a knowing pace. See the cafe fill around him, table after known. The bass walks on below the filling through the comfortable zone. No surprise inside the service, no stranger at the door, just the waiter who remembers what you came here for. He refills without a glance down, walks on without a pause. The piano hums the comfortable rhythm of the afternoon laws. The clarinet winds through the tables, knowing every chair. The bass walks on below the service through the knowing air. A new face at the corner table, he studies it once through. The trumpet says by next week, Thursday, he will know that too. No story in the knowing, no moment to explain, just the waiter who remembers coming round again. The bass walks to the corner, the clarinet follows on. The trumpet fades above the tables into the afternoon gone. The piano holds the last warm knowing, the cups stay full and near. The waiter who remembers everything will still be here next year.
never fully empty. The clarinet had watched it for what felt like plenty. Someone always at the end of it, a cup or coat or book. The bass walked in below the table with a knowing look. A man reads letters at the middle, a woman writes at one end. The piano came in warm between them, like a comfortable friend. No introduction needed, no reason to explain. Just a long table by the wall, in the warm and plain. The bass walks the length of it, patient, warm and slow. The clarinet wins above the letters, easy in its flow. A third man sits at the far end, orders without sound. The trumpet says the easy thing about what tables have found. Pages turn and letters fold, a pen cap clicks and stops. The piano keeps the warm thing going through the afternoon drops. See the long table hold them all, stranger after stranger near. The bass walks on below the holding, year to quiet year. No story in the sharing, no need to lift a head. Just a long table by the wall, and everything unsaid. A fourth chair pulls in gently, nobody looks around. The piano hums the kind of table where the comfortable is found. The clarinet says what the long table means to those who stay. The bass walks on below the meaning through the fading day. Cups go cold and get replaced, the letters carry on. The trumpet lifts one final phrase into the afternoon gone. No hurry in the sitting near, no reason to move on. Just a long table by the wall, and the afternoon and on. The bass walks to the end and back, the clarinet follows warm. The piano holds the long familiar, safe from any storm. The trumpet fades above the letters, the pen keeps moving still. The long table by the wall has always room and will. The clock above the door has been wrong since 49. The bass walked in below it like it didn't mind the
time. A man who checks it anyway, then checks his own and shrugs. The piano played, the easy thing about the afternoon shrugs. The hands point somewhere comfortable, neither here nor there. The trumpet said there's something about not having to care. No right time in the sitting, no wrong hour on the wall. Just the clock above the door that doesn't mind at all. The bass walks on below the wrongness, round and warm and slow. The piano keeps its easy promise, letting the afternoon go. A woman glances up at it, then orders one thing more. The clarinet comes winding past the clock face through the open door. Two men argue softly about a different day. The trumpet hums the comfortable thing about the time away. See the afternoon arrange itself around the crooked hands. The bass walks on below the arguing where only patience stands. No hurry in the wrongness, no reason to correct. Just the clock above the door and the afternoon in effect. The clarinet wins past the numbers one more easy time. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that has no need to rhyme. Someone laughs about the clock, points it out to a friend. The bass walks on below the laughter, round the easy bend. No story in the stopping, no moment to explain. Just the clock above the door, wrong and warm again.
Somebody always orders soup, no matter what the hour. The bass walked in beside the ladle like a patient tower. A man at the corner table, spoon already in hand. The trumpet said the easy thing that only Worf had planned. Steam above the bowl between them, rising, curling slow. The piano kept a steady warmth beneath the afternoon glow. No season in the ordering, no reason to explain. Just somebody always having soup again and once again. The bass walks round the corner table, patient, warm and near. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that soup makes feel clear. A woman at the next table orders the same thing. The clarinet comes winding through the steam on an easy wing. The waiter brings two bowls at once, sets them without sound. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about what warmth has found. See the cafe settle inward, bowl by bowl and spoon.
The bass walks on below the settling through the afternoon. No hurry in the eating, no clock above the door, just somebody always ordering soup, the same as once before. The clarinet wins through the steam and warmth, easy and content. The piano hums the kind of comfort that an afternoon has meant. Another bowl arrives somewhere, another spoon goes round. The bass walks on below the comfort without making too much sound. Chairs pull closer to the table, voices dropping warm. The trumpet says the last small something about the afternoon form. No story in the having soup, no reason to presume, just somebody always ordering in the warm, familiar room. The bass walks on through all the warmth, the clarinet sighs about, the piano holds the soup, an afternoon full of something close to love. The trumpet fades above the tables, the spoons go still and clear. Somebody always orders soup and always will be here.
The barber across the lane opens at 8:30. The trumpet watched him every morning, never running late. A man beside the window watches scissors catch the light. The bass walked in below the watching, easy, warm and right. The barber hummed something to himself, his customer gone still. The piano came in bright behind the humming, as a good piano will. No story in the watching, no reason to look away, just the barber across the lane, starting up his day. The bass walks on below the scissors, warm and round and clear. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the time of year. A boy runs past the barber's window, coat half on his back. The clarinet comes winding after down the narrow track. The barber lifts his hand in greeting to someone in the square. The piano keeps the bright thing going through the morning air. See the lane go warm and easy, chair and glass and comb. The bass walks on below the ordinary, carrying it home. No hurry in the watching, no need to understand, just the barber across the lane with the scissors in his hand. A mirror catches morning light, throws it on the wall. The piano hums the kind of morning that has room for all. The clarinet says what the ordinary means to those who see. The bass walks on below the mirror, warm went quietly free. No story left to carry, no moment to explain. Just the barber and his scissors and the morning in the lane. The trumpet lifts above the rooftop, the clarinet winds down. The bass walks on below the scissors through the waking town. The piano holds the bright familiar, the barber keeps his time. Everything across the lane as ordinary as a rhyme. 2 sugars and a window seat, the same as every day. The piano knew the order before he had to say. A man who comes at 9:30, his coat upon the hook. The bass walked in below the habit with a knowing look. The waitress brought it without asking, set it in its place. The trumpet said the comfortable thing about a familiar face. No deciding in the sitting, no menu left to read. Just 2 sugars and a window seat, and everything agreed. The bass walks through the familiarity, round and warm and known. The piano keeps the bright thing going like a well-worn stone. Outside the usual people pass, the usual sounds arise. The clarinet comes in above it all with easy knowing eyes. He stirs his cup the same 3 times, sets the spoon aside. The trumpet hums a comfortable thing about the morning tide. See the window, hold the street outside the way it always does. The bass walks on below the sameness, finding what it was. No surprise inside the sitting, no newness on the chair. Just 2 sugars and a window seat and easy morning air. The clarinet wins through the comfort of a known and certain place. The piano hums below the window at a morning pace. The cup goes down, the paper opens, everything in place. The bass walks on below the order at a familiar pace. No story in the knowing, no moment to pursue. Just 2 sugars and a window seat, and the morning coming through. The trumpet fades above the window, the clarinet winds down. The bass walks on below the comfort through the waking town. The piano holds the last familiar chord, the cup goes cold and clear. 2 sugars and a window seat, the same time every year. bass walked in beside him, of a patient sort, a cup beside his elbow, steam already thin. The piano found a bright small phrase and let the day begin. Somebody at the counter orders without words. The trumpet says the easy thing among the outside birds. No weight inside the reading, no story pressing through, just the man with the morning paper and the light coming new. The bass walks on below, the pages warm and round and slow. The piano keeps its bright small promise, letting morning go. A spoon against a saucer, somebody stands to leave. The clarinet comes winding in the way the warm days weave. Pages turning one by one, the headlines left behind. The trumpet says the quiet thing about the easy mind. See the cafe fill around him, chair by chair and cup. The bass walks on below the filling, never giving up. No hurry in the reading, no reason to look up, just the man with the morning paper and the cafe and the cup. The piano hums the kind of morning made for sitting long. The clarinet says what the easy feels like in a simple song. He folds the paper one last time, sets it on the chair. The bass walks on below the folding, through the brightening air. No story in the sitting, no moment to explain, just the man with the morning paper in the warm